Now let's get to the freaking tariffs. It's Trump tariff time.
Tariffs. The president is set to impose new sales taxes on imports, and Wall Street is bracing for the impact. We're going to have the latest from Wall Street first. Chief White House correspondent Mary Bruce. Good morning, Mary.
Good morning, Georgia. President Trump is poised to upend the global economy with these unprecedented tariffs coming tomorrow, but the details still remain unclear, creating even more anxiety for the markets and American consumers. This morning, President Trump is touting his upcoming blitz of tariffs against American trading partners.
They're reciprocal, so whatever
No,
they
I'm not going to
charge
finish
us,
the college
we charge
student video.
them
I don't
for being
care.
nicer than they were.
But it's still unclear how big these tariffs will be or which countries will be targeted. Has the president decided on the scale and scope of these tariffs?
It's time for reciprocity, and it's time for a president to take historic change to do what's right for the American people.
The president is adamant his tariffs will encourage manufacturing in the U.S. and ultimately boost the economy. But experts caution it could take years to bring industries back to American soil. And in the meantime, American consumers will likely pay the price. Economists warning tariffs are just taxes on imported products paid for by American businesses. Those costs passed on to consumers in the form of higher prices. In just days, prices could skyrocket on everything from groceries and clothing to electronics and cars. By one estimate, the cost of a new car could go up by more than $8,000 when tariffs on foreign-made vehicles kick in later this week, sending some consumers scrambling. In Ferndale, Michigan, Karen Petke had planned to buy a new Subaru in June. Instead, she rushed to the dealership.
I didn't want to take a chance that this car could go up thousands of dollars.
Small businesses are also bracing for the impact of Trump's trade war.
The chaotic nature of how these tariffs are rolled out and how it changes every single day. How am I supposed to plan for that? I can't plan for that.
In Buffalo, New York, Dave Sheffield sells custom sports products, many imported from Canada. Now with tariffs in place and potentially more to come, he says he could lose thousands of dollars.
We're having to either, take that hit on our bottom line and just at the end of the year, I make $10,000, $15,000, $20,000 less for my family, or we have to pass it on to our customers, which when customers see a higher price, then sales typically go down. So we're kind of stuck between a rock and a hard place.
And a new poll from the Associated Press shows Americans aren't sold on the president's trade policies, 60% disapproving with 38% approving. And on his handling of the economy overall, 58% disapproving with 40% approving. Robin.
All right, Mary, our thanks to you.
Europe did not start this confrontation.
Hey all, Peter Zion here, coming to you from a bright and sunny
What is this? This helped you understand the tariffs? There's a little on the high end. Goldman estimating 10-15% increase in new car prices after dealerships eat through the current inventory. Additionally, 60% of raw materials are imported to the U.S. to make cars. Is so fucked.
We think it is wrong, but my message to you today is that we have everything we need to protect our people and our prosperity. We have the largest single market in the world. We have the strength to negotiate. We have the power to push back. And the people of Europe should know that together we will always promote and defend our interests and our values, and together we will always stand up for our Europe. Tariffs will just fuel inflation, exactly the opposite of what we wanted to achieve. We are open to negotiations. We will approach these negotiations from a position of strength. Europe holds a lot of cards, from trade to technology to the size of our market. But this strength is also built on our readiness to take firm countermeasures if necessary. All instruments are on the table. Our immediate response to tariffs is unity and determination. Our objective is a negotiated solution. But of course, if need be, we will protect our interests, our people and our companies. Europe has not started this confrontation. We do not necessarily want to retaliate. But if it is necessary, we have a strong plan to retaliate and we will use it.
Donald Trump's blueprint for for America looks something like this. Big industry, power and might. Made in America, made by Americans.
How many people work here? It's 1,100 and some.
We're inside a metal plant in rural West Virginia. It is one
How U.S. companies are reacting to Trump's
facilities
tariffs.
of its kind in the world. Aluminium.
They literally think he is a god. It is crazy.
Aluminum, they call it here.
There's a lot of power, there's a lot of force coming down on that slab.
Heated, molded.
It's like pastry. They're just like... It's exactly same principle.
Transformed from massive blocks into coils and sheets. It rolls through here to customers far and wide.
So space, aerospace, transportation, general engineering products, military products.
Well, you do get a real sense here of the president's vision: American manufacturing, American jobs, and American product. But expanding all this, that is a true challenge.
Because the competition here is cheaper aluminium from overseas, from China mostly. It is a familiar story, and it's what's behind Donald Trump's core tariff plans.
We believe in free and fair trade. And the point is that trade has been free but not fair in aluminum.
The boss of the multinational firm that runs this plant says tariffs are blunt but necessary.
There's been massive growth in the capacity installed in China, but a lot of that has been allowed by illegal subsidies. So what it means is that overall trade of aluminum products is broken as an international system. It is clear that not all countries, not all products are unfairly traded. But there is a history of Chinese production making its way through third countries into the US. So a blunt, approach was required.
Blunt for sure. Blanket tariffs are causing huge angst, precisely because resets create uncertainty. Short-term pain. Gain only maybe down the line.
And what about, people at the other end of the supply chain that you're at the sort of top end of, the small businesses? That's going to hit them hard. How can you, at the other end of this process, reassure them?
I'm not going to say that an increase in cost is a good thing for a customer. But I think it's important to look at things and put them in proportion.
Proportion is not a luxury all can afford. In the northeast of Washington, D.C., just 4 miles from the frenetic policy decisions at the White House, the Right Proper Brewery is a dream realized for Thor Cheston, a small business owner with a thriving company.
These are our grain silos.
And the grain is from where?
Canada.
Thor relies on the international supply chain. The cans, aluminium from Canada too. The malt is from Germany and Britain.
So we are always looking for the best quality ingredients, no matter where it comes from.
It is a complex global web of manufacturing to make American beer, and margins are tight.
A small increase in the aluminum price would have a massive impact for you.
We don't have the luxury of just raising our prices. We're in a competitive landscape.
You could face some real increase in costs if they start tariffing from Germany, from UK, Canada. It could have a really, existential impact on you.
Yes, absolutely. And so, we've dealt with major problems like this before.
There are some products that once tariffs hit, people may just adapt to buying less of that item, so there would be permanent deflation in demand. Yeah, but that would also mean layoffs, job cuts. What is it? Hasan, do you attribute your success to your rich parents? Yes. They're no longer rich. I'm the rich one. I take care of them, but yes. Many times over, as a matter of fact. I've talked about this quite a bit. Are you happy with the answer that you got? Oh, nope. Still spamming it. Got it. Okay. He admitted. He admitted.
We've had to pivot a lot. We have survived the global pandemic. We've done
Dunking on your parents' law? No, there's nothing wrong with that. I'm proud of all the things that they did. I'm proud that I can take care of them now. It's fucking amazing. I'm an endlessly fortunate individual who comes from a loving family who now has the capability of taking care of my loving family. What is the problem? So which influencers have been pushing the rich parents accusation? I mean, it's not even an accusation. Like, it's not even a fucking secret. I mean, people lie about my father's wealth. They say he's, I think, the third richest person in Turkey or something. It's very funny. There's like a bunch of AI articles that were written about it at the time. They say he has $5 billion, which is very funny. And it's not the case. 36K viewers and I'm living in your head rent free? Wait, what? I don't think you understand what rent free is. Chatter, I don't think you understood. I treated you like a human being and not the bot that you are. I will forget about this interaction as soon as I'm done, as soon as I'm done responding to you. You should be endlessly grateful that I took you as a human being with a question and responded to it. And then your immediate reaction was, I'm rent-free in your head. That's not what rent-free is. That's not how that works. I hope you get better, chatter. Oh, my new Vox.com article / podcast hit came out.
Done it before, we just need a break.
I guess the government's argument is buy American, but it's not as simple as that.
It's not as simple as that, no.
Back in West Virginia, right next to the aluminium plant, a reminder of what once was and what Trump says could be again.
Here's the thing.
Yeah, this person got timed out by Fossabot for spamming. They got auto time. What? Fuck Turkish invaders, long live Cyprus? Are you okay, chatter? I don't think you are, but anyway.
Though, all that aluminium.
Here, I untimed you out, even though you got botted.
Being squashed and squeezed in that plant down there is sourced from abroad these days. And so the ultimate ambition is to reopen smelters like this, to make the aluminium here in America, make the whole process American. But that requires massive investment and a constant supply of reliable energy to keep the smelters going 24 hours a day.
From the factory, the Ohio River still carries what's left of America's heavy industry.
Living in West Virginia, we're big on coal.
Through towns like Parkersburg, not the thriving place it used to be.
We used to have a really nice aluminum plant right down the river here, and it shut down.
Here, you can see why so many rolled the dice for Donald Trump.
Obama, he shut down mines and ruined a lot of people's lives.
I think it'll bring jobs back. Definitely bring jobs back to the U.S. He's putting the tariffs on the other countries, bringing their things in, and then that way, it equals out.
I know that it's probably going to end up jacking up prices here in the U.S. I am a registered Republican, but I don't support the ban in any way, shape, or form.
I'm for.
Americans only care about their pocket, dude. You can't fuck their bags up.
Republican, but I'm not exactly aligned with Donald Trump.
The Trump tariff blueprint is full of jeopardy. If it fails, it will be here, places like this, again, that will be hit hardest.
No politician with millions or billions of dollars cares about me or you. Nobody.
Mark Stone, Sky News, in West Virginia.